that the body absorbs carbohydrates and protein very differently than it deals with fat. So amino acids and sugars go through portal circulation to the liver to get processed, whereas fat is put into chylomicrons. It bypasses the liver through the thoracic duct and gets into the general circulation. What happens after that? It goes through the blood vessels to fat-filled cells, and out there, lipoprotein lipase, which is an insulin-dependent enzyme, unpacks the chylomicron and dumps the fat into the fat cells as long as they are healthy, or lets it be used by the muscles. So once it is delipidated, once it's dropped off its cargo, then it becomes a chylomicron remnant. So the liver is designed to deal with the chylomicron remnant. On the right of the slide is showing the fat-filled chylomicron dropping off its cargo in the fat cells, in the muscles, becoming the chylomicron remnant. The HDL, one of its primary purposes is to carry ApoE, and it donates an ApoE to a chylomicron remnant so that it can be cleared by the liver. So the liver is responsible for clearing the chylomicron remnant, which is cholesterol rich. How well you clear this chylomicron remnant depends on whether you are ApoE2, 3, or 4. If you are ApoE4, the liver basically sucks up the chylomicron remnants very quickly. It doesn't do it well if you are ApoE2. It's somewhere in the middle for ApoE3. And this shows that ApoE4 basically is sucking up the cholesterol in the chylomicron remnant into the liver. The ApoE2 is pretty bad at it, and the ApoE3 is somewhere in between. It's happening in the liver. Wouldn't you think that it's also happening in the brain? But the cholesterol has been so stigmatized that we think that cholesterol is bad, so nobody has actually really looked into this. So we don't know this information, whether cholesterol that is so important to the brain, whether ApoE4 people transfer that cholesterol into their neuron cells very good like they do in the liver. But we do know this, that ApoE4 individuals are pretty smart. Because if you take a cohort of college graduates, proband, a higher percentage of them are ApoE4 as youths compared to the other apolipoprotein-Es. If you look at cognitive skills, the number of correct answers on cognitive tests, the ApoE4 people perform better compared to non-ApoE3. And to the chagrin of people who want to drive the LDL down, if you had a high LDL, you also perform well on cognitive tasks.